like that.
It goes
All right.
back and forth all the time, little brother, because here we are in the middle of the night. At the time, all countries love to attack each other and fire down, and we're separate because we're both grown men. But right now, one of the most monumental things has happened in the history of all these skirmishes in the Middle East, and that is that America has officially fired on Iran. They have laid down an ultimatum to say, look, you got to stop what you're doing right now. If you don't, we're going to blow you out of the water. Here's where we're at.
That's right. So America struck Iran. Three very important key facilities that were absolutely important to the Iranian nuclear weapons program, and that was Natanz, Esfahan, and Mordor. I mean, Fordo. I gotcha. That was one of
Mordor.
the
I
that
like
was one of the
that.
facilities that they were going to have real difficulty getting down because it was so deep, and they needed the American bunker busting bombs. Finally, we sent our bunker busters. It was said that it took six bunker busters to strike down to wipe out the facilities.
Wow.
And Trump, he was just giving a important speech at 9 p.m. Central, and he said, "We obliterated, we completely wiped them out." So uh, all the other facilities were taken out by Israel. So that could mean that yes, their nuclear program is over. That's what Trump said. Could they have snuck
Mm.
out nuclear material somewhere else? I don't know. I mean, it's like the whole Iraq thing and moving weapons out to Syria. Everybody's asking, are they moving out weapons to other places or allies giving them what? Who knows? But the point is, they're crippled to a point where they have to make a decision now. And Trump said, if
Yeah.
you make the wrong decision, we're going to come back with such force, you're going to wish you never did that. It's kind of like they got the initial spanking, and
Right.
he's going to come down and really beat them down. So, uh,
Yeah,
this
this
is an
is
important
this is
point.
no longer a what if situation, right? This is not the rest of the world going, what if I do this, then America does this. America has made their move, right? They've attacked, they've attacked with force. They're displaying the parameters of what they're requesting, which is, hey, go ahead and back off this, because if not, you're going to see more of this. And so that's the situation that we're in, and that's what we've been waiting for. We've been waiting for an established parameter. American situations in the past have been a little more loose, like, hope you don't do this, you shouldn't do this, but now here we are. And so now we've established what we're willing to deal with, and that's what we needed. We needed to have a line in the sand drawn. We needed something to say, no, look, this is not okay, and you can't go past this. And now we have that, which means everything that happens next is either in defiance of that, so it's a clear unabashed line, where we know that for a fact we can't trust it, or they're just going to agree at that point, right?
I'd say it's better late than never that we're finally stepping in the game. We were worried
Yeah,
that Trump would have advisors that was telling him not to stand with Israel, not to stand by Israel. To be honest, Josh, we should have been in the game since October 7th. The second our ally was
sure.
beaten, was massacred, we should have been there on the ground taking out Hamas. And then
Yeah,
Hezbollah the very next day sending rockets over. We should have been taking out Hezbollah. We finally started reacting when the Houthis in Yemen were sending out rockets, not because they were going into Israel, but because they were attacking American ships as well. So this is a long time in
yeah,
coming. For 40 years of a wicked Shia satanic led regime threatening death to America and death to Israel, and we finally acted. And like we said in our previous videos, we were worried that America would move outside the hand of God's protection by not obeying God, by
right.
not backing Israel, by not backing her people. But we're finally doing that. And that doesn't mean that everything's going to be roses for us, guys. It just means that we're in
Right.
obedience to God, that He's going to give us grace and mercy when bad situations will occur, that He's going to stand beside us. We could still be attacked. We could still be attacked from within. We were talking about possible terrorist
Yeah.
cells in America. That's still a grave concern. There's still backpack nukes floating around from the Soviet era. So stuff could still happen, but God will stand beside America for doing this. This is very important.
Well, you can look at, I mean, this video alone. It's 9:37 at night on a weekend night, and we're sitting here jumping in to exclaim what's happening. But it is happening. This is a real world situation, right? This is America finally stepping up. This is the Middle East having experienced this now in this direct attack for several days. And America as an ally saying, no, no longer. Ally is an important word. It means I support you. I'm with you, right? I'm arm in arm. And we haven't necessarily seen that out of America, but now we're finally seeing that. And so I'm excited about that from the perspective that God takes, right? Like he says, okay, you're for me or against me. Where are you at in this game? So what's important, what's paramount in the next few days is what do we do as a nation, right? What does America continue to do? What does Israel continue to do? What is Iran going to do from all these situations? What we need now is that Iran is done. Like the Ayatollah has been there for 40 plus years. They have made their intentions clear for 40 plus years: death to America, death to Israel, all this stuff. It's time for a new regime. And those who have the capability of changing that have the responsibility of doing so as well. Right. And that's what we're in the place it's saying is that, like, no longer do we need evidence that their intentions are bad. Their intentions have been clear since you, Caleb, were in grade school, right? It's time to go ahead and hold them responsible for what they've been doing and what they've been saying and move into the next stage.
Right. So, guys, we got to continue to pray for protection for Israel, pray for protection for America. Yes, we're in danger because we did what's right. And I'd rather be on that side than on the other side. So, continue to pray and intercede on behalf of our nation and behalf of on behalf of Israel. So we thank you guys for watching. Love you and get some sleep.